Welcome back to the headquarters of the 1010 Club, the basement headquarters that is getting better and better appointed each episode. Today, I am introducing, I think, what might be my first personal timepiece. I think I got this in middle school. I just found it. I thought it'd be a fun little addition. The Ingram digital alarm clock even has that fake wood sticker, and it's already causing problems. Quick wrist check before we get into my very first Casio I've ever owned. I am wearing my Seiko Recraft. This is the SNKM 97. I've already got a brown strap on it, and whoo-hoo, freaking love it. Once I do this dome project, coming soon, I have to figure out if it's even possible. I think this might quickly become my favorite watch of all time. On to digital watches. My first Casio I've ever bought. I pulled the trigger on a $13 warehouse deal from Amazon. This is the second watch in a row I'm doing a warehouse deal from 0 to 100 real quick. Let's check it out. And here it is. Not new to YouTube, not new to the world, but definitely new to me. My first Casio, which I did say dethroned my SKX over the weekend. This is the A168WA. A tiny little bugger and super, super light. So 32 mil diameter, 18 millimeter lugs, a nice taper down on this bracelet. Again, $13 I spent on this watch, and at 58 grams, you really have to check to make sure you're wearing this watch. There's a high polish. Well, why am I calling it high polish? Okay, the watch face is definitely some plastic chrome plating. Either way, it definitely picks up on the fingerprints, although this stainless steel bracelet, or stainless steel coated, or whatever you want to call it, I love it. So why was it dethroning the SKX over this past weekend? Well, I went camping, and I thought that the SKX is the ultimate indestructible waterproof watch, and it should be what was on my wrist, but I forgot that we were actually going glamping. That means not a tent, but a house on wheels that was pulled up to a pond, fire pit all ready and waiting for us. So it wasn't really the rough and tumble camping where you need an indestructible watch. And add the heat and the humidity, my heavy SKX, it felt cumbersome. I happened to bring this along, and when I put this on my wrist instead, my whole world changed. And I'm not exaggerating. Let's flip to the past. And here we are, just a few sunny days ago. Look at that watch in the sun. Like I was saying, the perfect watch for glamping. We're right in front of a pond. It's a flooded pond, as we're seeing right now. So maybe not completely glamorous, but I was wearing my SKX that was just, it felt bulky. It was a little too tight. My wrist had swelled up, and the micro adjustments were on the last pin, and it just felt almost claustrophobic on my wrist. Then I put this little guy on at just over 50 grams. Like I was saying before, you have to kind of look to make sure you're wearing it, and it was just so comfortable. It was hot. It was over 90 degrees. We're in St. Louis, Missouri. The humidity was just oppressive. So when I put on that watch and then looked at that beautiful view, as you are doing with me, it just felt perfect. And look, the Adirondack chairs, the pre-made fire pit, this is glamping. This isn't roughing it camping. I didn't need to swing a hatchet, so it was okay that I didn't have the toughest watch in the world. And to be honest, I didn't want it anymore. I left the SKX in the bag for the next day and a half, and I just wore this beauty. All right, back indoors. And we're back. It just fit in so well, so much better than the SKX. And look, if I was going backwoods camping, or if I was going on a tropical vacation where there'd be oceans involved, yes, I'm bringing a dive watch. This is only 30 meters water resistant, and you really have to do your research to find out exactly how water resistant this watch is. All it does is say it resists it, even on the back. It doesn't give any depth or anything. 30 meters, you wash your hands, but you don't want to be jumping in the pond. But everything else, it's like an understated luxury, this watch. It's so light again, and during the summer months, it's just perfect on your wrist. It really converted me from thinking I needed a big, heavy, chunky watch on my wrist. And I'm still wearing the Seiko Recraft, which, by the way, again, I love with the new bracelet. That's one of my bigger watches, so you'd think that it would dwarf this watch, but if we put them side by side, it doesn't really look that crazy. Let me pull back a little bit. So the 44 millimeter watch on the right, 32 on the left, but the Casio holds its own, and they're both a little bit of a nod to the past with that retro styling. So I do have to say this watch helped make my weekend. My top loves is the retro design. Casio, it's a little wordy on the front. It's almost the entire alphabet in a 32 millimeter watch face, but it doesn't bother me for some reason. There's literally, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, over 10 words on this watch face, yet it all seems to kind of fit together. Again, the beautifully tapered bracelet. This is a $13 watch, and it just, it's classy. It's classy, and I love it. If I was to complain about anything, it would be the resin or plastic, whatever this is. If this could be stainless steel coated the way the bracelet is, it would be amazing. And this bracelet isn't the most fun. So what you have to do is you hook this hook onto there, and then you press down. Then it's awesome. But getting it out, you really have to pull, and wearing this for over a week, I actually developed like a little red sore spot on my thumb just digging in there and pulling it up. Other than that though, what an awesome watch, and would not be complete without a lume shot. Well, let's call it a light shot. Hold on, gotta turn everything off. I love it. It's perfect for camping where there's no service. In the middle of the night, you're waking up, your lume ran out on your handset watch. Well, good thing you brought this Casio. So I gotta finish wearing it. I do absolutely love this watch, and it is so light that you sometimes have to look at it to make sure it's on your wrist. Sorry, I'm cleaning up while we're doing this. Thanks again, clock. I think I have a brand new appreciation for digital watches, especially if you're looking for a much lower price range. Again, $13 from Amazon Warehouse, and it made me give up my SKX over the weekend, where the SKX was supposed to shine. Instead, I have this little baby on my wrist. It's going to be spending a lot more time on it, and I assume I will be getting a few more digital watches, especially some of these more cool-looking Casios in the future. Those videos will be upcoming, but we do need you to subscribe. And I'm talking about the royal we, the watches and I would love for you to join us. Click subscribe, and if you like the video, then click that you like the video.